Werner Fassbinder once sharply criticised the French filmmaker Claude Chabrol for making flat, slick images with no attention to the lighting or to the colours. This could never be said of Fassbinder himself. Drawing on revered models including Joseph von Sternberg and Douglas Sirk, Fassbinder lavished enormous attention on colour and lighting. But he was then able to build his own distinctive, very modern system of colouring that evolved and became more extreme across the 1970s and into the early 1980s. Colour in cinema happens in at least 4 ways on 4 levels. Fassbinder exploited all these levels to varying degrees and in diverse combinations. First, colour can be a matter of photographic manipulation during the shooting. In late Fassbinder, a star filter to effect the visible light sources and reflective surfaces is extensively used, to the point of satirical comedy. Another photographic effect, rapid shifts in and out of focus, create abstract blurs of colour, and these are used to structure the transitions between scenes. More subtly, the camera's focal range and the changes in focus from shallow to deep within shots and between shots produces shifting effects of colour, tonality and texture. The second level of colour, the most prominent in early low-budget Fassbinder, is what can be called arranged or ordered colour, the combination of the colours of costume, makeup, hairdo, props, furnishings, the set or location, and in the way this entire mise-en-scène is lit. The third level is colour altered or added in post-production treatments. Fassbinder used this rarely, except for the entire 15 hours of Berlin Alexanderplatz, with its all-over sepia tinge and reduced level of illumination. The fourth level is what we will call applied or projected colour, created primarily through the use of coloured lighting, using scrims and other devices. The more stridently artificial Fassbinder's last films become, the more extensively he applies colour in this way. No matter how he technically achieved it, colour in Fassbinder always has a detached, excessive and frequently playful aura. Colour is imposed on people, situations, gestures, entire scenes. It rarely follows a traditional symbolic code such as red for passion, and when it does, the effect is clearly satirical or ironic. Fassbinder's colour is rarely presented as the expressionistic emanation of a fictional character's inner emotions or psychology. It is more like an evident directorial commentary directly painted onto the screen. So Fassbinder's work with colour is not only virtuosic, it is also, for the most part, militantly anti-naturalistic. Some filmmakers take darkness and the fade to black as the central part of their visual style. Fassbinder mostly avoids this obvious film noir association, except when he wants to especially underline it, as in Veronica Voss. Deep black is generally used only very sparingly for particular brief effects. In Fassbinder, the preferred extreme point of the colour system is dazzling white. He even seems to announce this system in a wordless, starkly graphic intertitle from Effie Briest. People, places and objects frequently emerge from and return to whiteness in Fassbinder. They are constantly surrounded by white, enveloped by it, devoured by it.
they caught the bloody British in a town in New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. We looked down the river and we seen the British come, and they must have been 100 of them beating on the drum. They stepped so high and they made the bugles ring. We stood beside our cotton bales, didn't say a thing.
Effie Briest in 1974 and Veronica Voss in 1982 mark the two pinnacles of Fassbinder's exploration of the colour shadings of black and white. In Effie Briest, stark photographic contrast is used to vividly overexpose the background sky, while often everything else in the frame offers a set of carefully graded variations on white and black. In Veronica Voss, overexposure of the image is pushed to its utmost limit, to the point where even the basic outlines of figures and objects are erased or rendered indistinct in a play of light, mirror reflections and glassy surfaces. Working often with very modest budgets, sometimes shooting on 16mm film, Fassbinder pieced things together in an inventive, resourceful way. He and his collaborators developed a remarkably cohesive colour style, integrating cinematography, art direction, costume design and location. Each of his films has its own evolving schema of colour and tone, and it finds ways of playing with and distorting our visual perception of space and place. Fox and His Friends offers a rich case study in arranged colour. Here, some locations are obviously dressed or enhanced to highlight certain key colours and their configurations. But other places, like the overwhelmingly blue train station, are cleverly found and framed for optimum colour effect. A conventional visual harmony or pleasant blending of colours is, however, the last thing Fassbinder was after. An advanced student of kitsch, Fassbinder revelled in the clashing patterns of wallpaper, clunky furnishings, and the camera framings that made these diverse patterns look as cluttered, unappealing and uninhabitable as possible. Films frequently plant sources of light in a set, such as windows or lamps, to unobtrusively motivate or justify specific lighting effects. Fassbinder stuck to this rule, but mostly in order to make fun of it. And lighting jokes are a rare commodity in cinema. The colour and illumination that objects and events in his fictional worlds might realistically provide is usually comically incommensurate with the souped-up effects that Fassbinder gets from them. Chinese Roulette is unique in Fassbinder's career for insisting on the natural light of the sunny green grounds surrounding the mansion as the container for its extremely perverse family melodrama. This stylistic choice is surprising and provocative. It is in Lola and Carell that Fassbinder reaches a plateau of absolute artifice, and this is especially achieved through a spray of coloured lights. Sometimes it is even hard to tell what the given colour of a wall or a prop or a skin tone is, as distinct from the way it has been lit. Colours are clashed in a deliberately queasy, vulgar way: pink, red, blue, purple, lime green. At the height of Fassbinder's game with colour, A pair of blue eyes is insistently exaggerated with a blue spotlight. Fassbinder anchored his style in basically naturalistic-looking or actually real sets and locations, even when he was aiming for the delirious heights of kitsch. But the final work he completed, Querelle, liberates itself into completely fabricated, fantastic sets, where the colour and lighting effects are given free rein. Werner Fassbinder had so many of his characters disappear into whiteness, but he gave himself an exceptional and immortal screen exit into darkness.